especially those enemies who hurt me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnations. May the experiences of omniscience, may the experience of happiness be separate from suffering. May the self love establish them in the still ones of us, perfect, complete, and precious of Buddhahood. O Mother Sentient Beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnations. May the experience of happiness be separate from suffering, and the self love establish them in the still ones of us, perfect, complete, and precious of Buddhahood. The Lord no bar Tarbadan dam jen be barde ju barze badam je zo zebe mananga dan yambe zemje dam je dewa dan de dongara dan jar nyorda lana me ba yang da bar zo be zan jo rombo je do bar sa ye da san tra achieving enlightenment. I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. We take refuge in the kind rule Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the Mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Drakas and Akinis and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Enter I in the heart of enlightenment. I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas invested in enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete each stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge under enlightenment reach. By the merit of Jnana and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all Mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May the rest in economy free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and mind to all others in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached in Tathagata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those Tathagata state to come. Through the power of Samatha Bhara's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest within my mind. I prostrate to them, multiplying my body as many times as the atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas, those all space filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise the Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offerings, whereas pure flowers, flower garlands of music, anointing oil, manifesting light, and fragrant incense. I make offering to them of fine garments, perform the popero, for I as moon meru, and orange the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I posture to Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all Buddhas and the 10 directions of great Bodhisattvas and the Pakika Buddhas. Those who have attained Aharasha, those who have entered the path of Aharasha and all other beings. I request to all great protectors and Buddhas to turn the eyes away of Dharma, as the light displaying the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, leading them gradually to the enlightened state. I supplicate the Buddhas intending to pass into Parinirvana to living long for as many years as there are atoms of the earth, in order to benefit all beings. Whatever may have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of our sanctions, or this I dedicate. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewed with flowers. It is adorned with meru, the spring mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. As a Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fairs. To the lamas who possess literary kayas, I offer the sacred offerings with my body, word, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever may I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Guru Mandala Bunza Manga Samandra Savar Samaye Hom. I call refuge on the name of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 worlds. You are the victor of Vajradhara with Adro. I bow at the feet of Father Njiti Songo. Continue laughing with no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of Dharma, of the true vehicles, and the combination according to disposition, and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of true words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom takes at his heart his compassion. For all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the burden of samsara, as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he wakens those who are the sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma. Through the 60 branch of Haramanes' speech, he wears the wisdom sword to cut the settling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time. Fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Majority, adorned by the 112 Son of Buddha to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Arabazanade, 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 Arabazanade. Arabazanade, Wange Shoram, Wange Shoram, Wange Shoram, Wange Shoram, Wange Shoram, Wange Shoram. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and dispel darkness of all the ignorance, are posted before you and praise human judiciary. Good morning, everyone. Morning.
Good morning, Kempola.
Morning, Kempola.
Morning.
Morning, Guru.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, Tata.
Yes.
Good night. Good night.
Dāngke dōjē shācē rāisān chōng yīnjē mēdō dējē bōngjōng bā sērjē lēmbō tāgārē jībēk shācē jārbē shālā sōrwā dē dōjē shācē tēlō nārō tāng mārpā mēlā jījē gāmbō bā pāmō chūpā jarwā yīndī gōng Kaju lama nam la zorwan de rome jije yenje pobran de te som sanje genje ngo nye rang sem ji ge ngo song dong ze be sa le la me ya la zorwan de. Okay, so now continue the stage of meditation, waking the mind. So we have chapter 8, introduction, main body of the text. And the conclusion. So we finished the introduction. Main body of the text has chapter 8. We finish all the way to chapter 7. So today we are in the chapter 7, how to meditate on the development stage of skillful means. And then there's this section is talking about Vajrayana teaching. So Vajrayana teaching is based on the 3 different levels: ground, path, and the result. So on the path has outer level, inner level, and the secret levels. We shared summary, just outer, inner, secret already, introduction section. So now we are in the inner level teaching. With together outer level. This meditation is both goes together, outer level and inner level. Also, of course, someone who know the how to meditate Mahamudra, then outer, inner, secret, all is in there together. In this generation, meditation stage part. So here, most important, we have to purify our impure precepts. Impure precept is causes of samsara because we have very strong karmic imprints, impure precepts, habituate. So many lifetimes. Due to that, when we die, so in the parado, take again birth, because follow the karmic imprints, habituate. So that's why this generation stage is a method, skillful method, purify this impure precepts. Impure percept is transformed to the pure percept. Then what is impure percept? Is outer level or this universal. We are attached to in this universal and our land. So that's we visualize Buddha's pure line. We are attached to fixation to our homes. So that's visualize Buddha's palace. And then we are fixation attached to our own body and inner sentient beings. So, due to that, we have attachment, and then of course, long as you have attachment, you have anger. Attached to our loved ones, hatred to enemies. So due to that, create a karma. And so then karma take to reborn again in samsara endless. So this method purify your all sentient beings, impure beings, transform to the Buddhas. So then the same is follow the, we birth stages. So mother's womb, father's essence, mother's essence all come together. The conditions, then consciousness go into the taking the birth in samsara. So the karma we habituate impure is purifying. We visualize lotus flower and introduced to mother's womb. We visualize the sun is introduced to mother's essence. We visualize moon introduced to father's essence. We visualize the syllable introduced to ordinary consciousness. So ordinary consciousness is transformed to ordinary consciousness transformed to the Buddha's form. So when we take birth, so like that, syllable is transformed to the Buddha's form. So that's all. Just we shared this section generation stage. This section is we call skillful method. This method Section is not in the Theravada tradition teaching, not in the Mahayana tradition teaching. This is only come from the Vajrayana teachings. So then according to individual level, this section has like go up to 9 yanas. Vajrayana has 9 yanas levels. Outer level Tantra, inner level Tantra, sacred level Tantra. Sometimes we say father Tantra, mother Tantra, non-conceptual Tantra. So follow the different levels. Each one has a three different levels. So that's all actually different Tantra essence is subsumed into this book. If we go to more details, you hard to find anything like kind of put your practice. It's too detailed. We are easily lost. So in this one, all the essence of the teaching, there's 9 yana we talk the Tantra. The essence is in here. So long as you study and this book, you understand what Vajrayana main point is teaching is talking about sharing. So then you also understand. We practice Yidam Deity. What means Yidam Deity? Why we have to practice Yidam Deity? So then this Tantra's outer inner sacred levels, always people are confused because due to these different levels. And as long as you study this book, you understand what is outer level, what is inner level, what is sacred level. So all is included in this book. Long as you study this, then you have idea what Vajrayana teaching. So then you know what you're doing, practice Yidam Deity. So this practice yesterday, visualization, we follow the 3 intakes. I think there's a 3 intakes. So this will give rise to deity development stage practice. We need to have a 3 elements intact called 3 element intakes. So 3 element intake is a clear and vivid visualization, the first one. Second is a stable deity pride. Third is in the recollection of purity. So that 3 elements intact. When we visualize the Yidam Deity, practice the Yidam Deity, so we have to pay attention to these 3 different elements intact. Sometimes we call 3 aspects. So this first is a clear and vivid visualization. We talked yesterday a little bit about this section. So what we have to do, beginners need an image, is Thanga and the picture or statue something. The best is a Thanga and the picture is like more better. Statue also okay. So then if you have we have a glass, the deity image, that is more beautiful. You can see clear, empty, and what here sharing is like kind of like this image, crystal deity image is showing, their aspects clearly. So we need that, and then you look that image again and again. So when you close eye, the images appear to your mind. So the image is, we have to visualize always enlightened beings form body, not ordinary form body. Enlightened form body, this image is come from Buddha's, Sutra teaching and Vajrayana teachings. Example, we have a Tara, like white Tara, green Tara, Chinreze. This all is come from Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching, has Sutra and Vajrayana teachings. So some other maybe realize see different kind of genres, different kind of Tara form bodies, but we don't draw the Tanka, we don't create statues. We just follow what Buddha says in the teachings. Otherwise, someone practice Tara could be, Tara appear to that person is not exactly same as what we have, kind of different form body appear to the person. So individually has different kind of, the visuals, forms appear to them. But that we cannot create the statue and the tankas. So that is called individual have to keep their own, recognize, feeling, connect with the Yidam deities, but we don't create a statue tanka. And create a statue tankas always like follow what Buddha share in the teaching Sutra and Vajrayana teachings. So that form body image we visualize. That form body is enlightened being's form. So introduced to impure, like we talked, impure person in the form body. We visualize that. Then here today, we are which page? 104.
Yeah.
Okay, so page 104, if you have the book. This section is clear and visualization, clear visualization. And vividly visualization. So here first, after practicing this way for some time and becoming adept in it, so you meditate, Yidam deities form body, generation stage, then one day you used to that. Practicing this way for some time and becoming adept in it means take time. Not just, right away you appear to Yidam deity into your mind, connections, not easy right away. Take time, but if you are used to, you practice often and often, then that way sometime and becoming adept in it. So if you first know someone and hard to remember the names, then like when you meet the first time, hard to that person's or the characteristic appear to your mind, right? So like more person is become friendly, and then everything like names, and when you say the name right away, the person or the characteristics appear to your mind. So like that, we practice Yidam deity and visualize. First is hard, and then slowly, you more adopted and you are more used to become you hearing the deity's name right away. The deity is appear to your mind. So what is the benefit that is appear to our mind, right? The deity is appear to your mind. You naturally you stop all the causes of samsara. What is the causes of samsara is all impure precepts. So when deity appear to your mind, you don't have two minds. One cannot receive impure, one cannot receive pure precepts. So you have only one mind, so that receive only pure precepts. Then that time, you stop already there as impure precepts. And you stop the causes of samsara. So that's the reason we chant the mantras. It's mantra is like same as calling the child calling the mother's name. So connect with the Yadam deities. Practice is always like that. Connect with it to Yadam deity and purify impure precepts. Then for some time and becoming adopt in it, the signs or measures of gaining clarity. And stability in the visualization will be as follows. So here is the signs or measures of gaining clarity and stability. Two kind of signs arise for our practices to follow the right direction. Visualization will be as follows. First is signs measure of gaining clarity. I think every detail of the deity drawn to the clear and the distinction between the whites of the eyeballs and the pupils appears in the sharp clarity. So that's appear to clearly all your mind. Even the deity's eye, color. So we log the tankas images like then that exactly images like clearly, your everything appear to your mind. But that part is hard for beginners. And if you too much pay attention to this, and I told you yesterday, it's very hard to practice. You easily lost, become too much distraction. So that's why before practice and finish practice, you have to log pictures, images again and again. And then in the practice, don't pay too much attention. So whatever appear to your mind, just receive that and follow the practice. If you try to visualize clearly, become its distraction. When we practice the Yadam deity, even you don't have effort to very clearly, that is no big problem. So the long as you have a devotion, long as we have a devotion, and even you cannot clearly visualize, so through the devotion, Buddha, Yadam deity is always with us in the front of us. So you just need confidence for that. Long as you have confidence that and the deity is with you, and then even cannot come clearly your mind, just follow the practice, that's okay. Sharp clarity. With the clarity in awareness, not in a state of lethargy or dullness. So when you visualize the Yadam deity clear in awareness, so the visualization is not same as a statue. So you cannot think about, oh, it's a Tanka statue. That statue Tanka is, they don't have this, the awareness. So visualize the Yadam deity has awareness. That's why it's when you visualize with the clarity and awareness, not in a state of lethargy or dullness. There is a clarity and emptiness. So seeing the Yadam deity form is clearly appear to your mind, but the Yadam deity form is emptiness. Same is rainbow light. It's appear to clearly for us, but it's not exist inherently. It's emptiness. But cannot be same as rainbow. Rainbow didn't have this awareness. So much better than that. Yeah. This section, so it's cluster, Yadam deity images better because it's you're seeing clearly, it's seeing that clear is empty, not exist. But we cannot put the awareness there, because it's that you have to, we have to recognize Yadam deity is not exactly same as these objects cannot be representative 100%, only just some part only. There's a color in the emptiness. Unlike lifeless, inanimate phenomenon like a rainbow, see, cannot be also exactly same as a rainbow, because the rainbow didn't have awareness and consciousness. So Yadam deity has wisdom and compassion. So rainbow didn't have that. That's why unlike a lifeless inanimate phenomenon like a rainbow, the deity is actually abide right there. So long as we have devotion, Yadam deity is always right there. This all is up to depend the individual's devotion. If not devotion, then no connections. So long as you have devotions, then the Yadam deity, Buddha's not too far from us, always with us. And that section is many in the sadhanas always sharing. So even you chant, they say Achi is a small offerings, like Achi is always there, close, not too far from us. It's always there, close to us. His Pema Samba also, when he left Tibet before he told, he never separate, long as you have devotion. So he say always I am there. So that section is always up to the individual's devotion. Devotion section is harder to explain, because it's not logically show you something. It's always our individual feeling, connections. So the Buddhist teaching, they usually share you a couple of different levels. So sometimes devotion is not important. You cannot really have a devotion. The devotion is an obstacle, and your knowledge, intellectual is most important. That sometimes share that in the come to the teachings. So that is in the philosophy. When you study philosophy, devotion is not important. When you study Buddhist philosophy, then your logic and investigation, analytica is more important than devotion. Because as long as you devotion, you don't do analytica, investigating. So that's why study philosophy, devotion is not key. Its key is your knowledge. I mean the analytica and the investigating, use logics. So when we practice the Yadam deity, then no need logic and no need investigating. So this is called creation stage. We create our, these images, like we are creating this all practice using skillful method. This practice helping us, remove our impure karmic imprint habituate. So logic cannot see that. You use logic, investigate, you really cannot see, you cannot find your karmic imprints, impure perception, you cannot find. So you can see all this object, but you really cannot see this something, like not physically exist. So same as follow the scientist. It's philosophy is almost the same as the scientist following. So investigating, but difference is like philosophies, the Buddhist philosophy who study and investigating, recognize everything is emptiness, and then they meditate. So through that, they realize emptiness. And then long as realize emptiness, you accomplish all the deities, because deity means form is emptiness. So yesterday we talked Vajra body, Vajra form body, Vajra speech, Vajra, mind. The mean point is Vajra means form is emptiness, speech is emptiness. Our mind is emptiness. Vajra means actually emptiness, indestructible, realize emptiness. So that is the essence of Yidam deity. If you study Buddhist philosophy, go right direction, you will become realizer. If you go wrong direction, become same as a scientist. Yeah, then you don't believe anything. So then you don't practice Yidam deity, and you don't really follow any practice. It's mentally is create something wrong. So usually not happen like that, but some people happen, kind of happen like that, because if study and the philosophy logics, then they don't believe anything. So harder to put devotion or anything. So that is become same as a scientist. So here is a Yidam deity practice. You use the devotion and then use all this method, you get result. So benefit, like you can see that you can get your sons or majors talking about this, or result is arise. Result is arise. That's it, you have to know. Then true is that is the actually devotion. Of course, we have to visualize, but which is important? You visualize very clearly, or your devotion is important. Devotion is more important. If you can visualize very clearly without the devotion, then you don't have connections there. So we connect with other sentient beings through the compassion. Without the compassion, with dedications, practice for other beings, no connection, no benefit. Practice Yidam deity connection is devotion. Without the devotion, we cannot connect with Yidam deities, Buddhas. So that's why, and without the devotion, I usually share like the person who is come to in the temple is go into the same as museums. There no any feelings. Oh, this is the Buddha is, oh yeah, he is like 2,500 years ago, he was born, king's son, he ran from home and meditate, he discovered something, he shared teachings, only just talk about like that, no connections. So who has devotions, then if you see the Buddha's image, you get totally different feelings. So you have connections. That's why devotion is very important. Today also I'm going to share the Poa teaching, 11 o'clock from Vancouver time to 12. So your time is East Coast time is I think 2 to 3, could it be? Yes. Yeah, so yeah, 2 to 3, and the Poa also is most important. The key is devotion, not the logic. So this all Yidam deity practices, of course, you can study, clearly understand what we're talking about, but most important is devotion. Then, like remember, the deity is actually a body right there. Wisdom body in vivid, limpid presence. So deity is wisdom, form body. It's vividly impaired presence. It's presently there, but that presently clearly visualize that is not exist. It's emptiness. The empty form is appear to us presently. That deity form has also wisdom. The deity body is not just a mental inference or conceptual image conjured up by the imagination. So this section is very important. Usually people does like this. Deity body is not just a mental inference, right? Or a conceptual image conjured up by the, imagination, but rather it's actually really right there in front of you in clear presence. So sometimes we think, oh yeah, I visualize. It's sometimes Buddha is all come to front of me, some, imagery. That also not that enough. So here, most important, but rather it's actually really right there in front of you, not just imagination only. It's there. Buddha is always there in front of you in clear presence. Thus, these four aspects of clarity and vividness are the measures of becoming adopt and clear visualization. So that's all comes then clearly appear to us. At this point, we cannot lose our visualization by being moved by laziness or forgetfulness. Then when we visualize, so not just drawness, mind is become create more sharper and visualize clearly. Laziness or forgetfulness. In ejection, our visualization, the clear, vivid presence of the deity does not become dim, flickering, or as if shadowed in fog or mist. Even after we have been resting our minds in this nature for a long time, we will not be disturbed even by the subtlest thought. So when you meditate, Yadam deity's form clearly, you used to that, adopting that, then Yadam is appear to you as your mind is free from thoughts, free from emotions. So deities appear to clearly us. Same time, then also devotion is a strong arise for the Yadam deity. So devotion, usually people has questions, how do we create a devotion? How do we create a devotion is we have to practice Yadam deity, then arise devotion. If we don't practice, then you want devotion, it's not possible. So you practice more and then you recognize, this Dharma practice benefit, and then your devotion is arising. So without the practice, then no possible devotion arise too. Then even you have some devotions, but easily going to be lost because if you don't practice. So that's why we have to visualize clearly. Same time, we create our devotions too. At this clear and vivid presence of deity does not become dimmed, flicker, as if shrouded in fog or mist. Even after we have been resting our mind in this nature for a long time, we will not be disturbed even by the subtlest thought. For we will have actualized the visualization, no matter what we are meditating on, whether it is the face, hands, or appearances of the deities coming or residing, the emanating and the reabsorption of light rays and so forth. We will be able to switch back and forth between this at will. That section is, your accomplishment, practicing. We don't have that level. You don't have to worry, too much. So right now, our job is use the, image, much ever we can visualize and practice. Then one day you can have this, accomplishment. And this accomplishment level is very high level meditators can do this. Ordinary beginners are not possible. Especially see Yadam deity, switch coming here says, meditating whether it is the face, hands, or appearances of the deity is coming or residing, the emanating reabsorption of light rays, and so forth. Very hard for beginners can do that. So it's actually not really possible. If you too much focus this section, become more distraction you get. So that's why it's just image is instantly, visualize, then practice. You connect with deity devotion, and you not doubtfully you think Yadam deity is with you. So much focus in this section is you cannot practice deity because it's you easily lost. The emanating and the resorption of light rays and so forth. We will be able to switch back and forth between this at aware. These are the 4 measures of gaining stability in the deity practice. There have 4 different kind of measures of gaining stability. Is the deity practice. So that part is called the clear vivid visualization, clarity vivid visualization. We have 3 aspects. So 3 elements. That section is clear and vivid visualization. So next one is a stable deity pride. The second of 3 necessary elements for deity development is a stable deity pride. Stable deity pride is talked as an antidote to our ego clinging and the sense of self. So visualize clearly Yadam deity is remove this impure precepts. In this one, stable deity pride is remove our self-grasping. So long as you meditate this deity pride, then self-grasping is naturally purifying, removed. So these 2 comparing which is most important. Of course, this deity pride is more important than vivid visualization. Stable deity pride is the most important essence of the Yadam deity practice. It's talked as an antidote to our ego clinging. So this one, stable deity pride. This pride is called the positive pride, antidote to negative pride. So no Vajrayana teaching is a different method. Heart antidote heart, cord antidote cord. You're not finding solution opposite of something. So use the same method. It's how to say the recovering or discovering. So that's why here, think about it, we ordinary people has ego clinging. So deity pride also actually ego, right? I am Yadam deity, ego, but it's called positive ego. The positive ego using and the remove the negative ego. And anger antidote, is for the wrathful deities. Anger's antidote, wrathful deities. And attachment antidote is Yap and Yom union. So like that, attachment antidote, attachment. Anger antidote, anger, So that is the Vajrayana method. It's not easy to use, but it's powerful. There's something special there. It's kind of more ancient traditional medicines. You know, ancient traditional medicine is created like that. So if your body is hot, like see, we have to drink the hot water, and so you know, like that. Many your hand or something, your body is burned, so that they don't put ice, cold water. They put hot something, you know, to recover for that. So that is followed by ancient medicine tradition. And right now, you know, like Westerner, we say medicine is totally different. Westerner medicine is the same as the Mahayana method. Ancient traditional medicine is the same as the Vajrayana method. So that's why here, stable deity pra is taught as an antidote to our ego clinging. And the sense of self. So we have a self and I. Long as you have I and the self, then you have ego. You have attachment, you have anger, you have desire, all this negativity arise. So Vajrayana using same kind of method, but it's always positive to, you know, transforming this negative is transforming to positive. Self-ego is transformed to Yidam deity's deity pride. So that's the method here. We have grasping at the self and grasping at the existing of in objective reality. So we all sentient beings have grasping at the self and I. So see, I, my nose, my hands, all this I is like talking about my body part is called self, selflessness of person. Then my car, my house, or is like my relative is called selflessness of phenomena or other object. So we self and grasping at the existing of in objective reality. The first one, self-clinging and I, you know, self-clinging is I and self, refers to this sense of me and I. Self-clinging means like me and I. Why we are stuck in samsara? Because due to this, me and I. So when you wake up morning, it's I. What I'm going to do, I. Arise, I. Yeah. And when baby born in the I, you know, crying, they're calling I. So it's I in the self. Like that. It's everything is I, and the brain or is negative. Based on everything negative there. So that's why it's meditator practitioners. I and the self is transformed to the deity pride. When you wake up, not I wake up, I am waking up, you know, like the wake up is the Buddha or Tara, Chinrezek, Manjushri, what is you practicing? That is like appear to your mind. You don't have I is arising, wake up. So if you don't have that, you know, I is waking up, you don't have to reborn samsara. It's a method. We used to practice Yadam deity, and then when you wake up, Tara, you know, Buddha arising. So this one say, when Gachen Rinpoche, he shares, when he was in Tibet, I think 2000, I don't know exactly, it's something 2010, something maybe I think 2006, 7, could be. So he got a car accident. So that time he said like car is get crashed, but he didn't thinking about I and he thinking about the Tara, right? So he said he didn't get accident. I mean any like injured anything. Car is just accident and the car is become destroyed. So but his body and who was there is no get any hurt. So like that. Usually, ordinary people always arise I. What I'm going to do? I is that's why all the obstacles are arising. And the meditator practitioners, when you have difficulty, problems, anything comes like deity is arising. So that means all this negativity, problems is all transforming, taking to the path, transforming. So like that. Here, see, sense of me and I that we have had the same time without the beginning. So it's no choice for us, sentient beings, because it's already used to that. I'm beginningless time until now, we follow this habituate, karmic imprints. Not easy to remove, not easy to get rid of that I and the self is. So then, which practice very good, powerful to get rid of I and the self. Deity pride is best, get rid of I and the self, long as you can use this method. But not easy to use this method. See, then me and I, that we have had the same time without the beginning. Between clear and vivid visualization and the deity pride, the latter is actually more important. This Yadam deity, meditation, deity pride, stable deity pride is more important. But you cannot really say important. It's also dependent, which way you say important, dependent. Without a clear visualization, you cannot meditate stable deity pride. Where is the stable come from? Stable deity pride meditation is based on the visualize clearly. If you don't have a stable, you cannot visualize clearly. Long as you can visualize clearly, then you have stable. So this too is a kind of like, Mahayana tradition, Shamatha meditation and Vipassana meditation. Shamatha helps become your mind is stable. And Vipassana recognize your mind nature. So if your mind is not stable, you cannot recognize your mind nature. Like that, here, if you cannot visualize clearly vividly visualize the Yadam deity, then not possible to can meditate, practice a stable deity pride too. So all is dependent, right? Then of course, like stages, of course, highest level. This deity, stable deity pride is more another step up again. That's why more important, more deeper level. This section, Yadam deity meditation practice is also this practice is goes like go right direction, become its practice is more stable, benefit. It's also dependent like shamatha meditation. If long as you have shamatha meditation, then this visualization is easy. Without the shamatha meditation, it's very hard to visualize, stably too. So that's why we have to meditate shamatha and then go up to, Yadam deity practice. Then what is the, you think maybe Vipassana? Vipassana is the same as the part of, completion stage. So that's why it's before Yadam deity practice, we have to meditate shamatha. Shamatha really helps your meditation, visualize the Yadam deity, and then go up to stable deity pride. So without the shamatha meditation, this section is very hard. So now here, between clear and vivid visualization and the deity pride, the latter is actually more important. If we do not have full conviction that we are the deity, even if the visualization is clear and vivid, we will remain stuck in our mundane state of mind. So that section, different than auto level Yidam deity practice. And auto level Yidam deity practice, the Sutra tradition also has. You know, Sutra tradition, we meditate Chenrezig, we meditate Buddha Amitabha, they have that practice. That practice helps benefit, we are reborn to Devachin. But this one, talking about taking to the enlightenment. Auto level practice, you can reborn to Devachin, but not taking to enlightenment in this one lifetime. One lifetime, you wanted to become enlightenment, so we have to use this method. Inner level and the secret level. Auto level is a great practice, but cannot enlighten in one lifetime. So that's why here, vivid visualization is a kind of more auto level meditation, Yidam deity, and also the same is like Sutra tradition. Sutra tradition has this meditation, so Yidam deity, Buddhas. Even if the visualization is clear and we will remain stuck in our mundane state of mind. You visualize very clearly Yidam deity, but you thinking about yourself is still ordinary person. Then still you are stuck with mundane percepts because you didn't transform yourself as a Buddha yet. You just Buddha means it's there. And look to this Tanka, right? And this Buddha is there, and you visualize that, but you're look to yourself, oh yeah, I'm ordinary, So that's it. Then your mundane start, your perception is mundane still there. Also important to note, even if the visualization is clear, and we will remain stuck in our mundane state of mind. So that's we have actually problems. Very hard to remove this mundane, kind of a state of mind. If you visualize Yidam deity there, but still you're thinking about yourself as ordinary person. So that is you have clearly visualized because you can visualize clearly Buddha here in front of you, but still you're thinking about yourself is still ordinary person. So that means you have first part visualize clearly, but still you stuck in the mundane state of mind. Having a clear visualization alone is thus pointless. Pointless means dependent, visualize, clear visualization in front of you, still your mind is stuck in the mundane state. You not recognizing you are Buddha, but you visualize Buddha in front of you. That is a good practice, but not that deeper level. So that's why it is also important to not think of the deity we are meditating on as just as a focal object in our minds. So that is just a focal object meditating. You using like that. It's kind of a Shamatha meditation. So Shamatha, we talked like two different, special object and regular form object. So long as you have devotion, then you mind focus with the special object. Yidam deity is, Tanka, statue, image, and still yourself is ordinary person. You just visualize the Yidam deity, Buddha is in front of you. So that is a kind of more Shamatha, special, object you use and meditate, but not going into this Vajrayana, essence of Vajrayana practice. We should have the sense of inseparability between the deity, appearing, and the one who is meditating on the deity. So no stable deity pride. Pride means we really have to recognize ourselves is deity. Visualize the Yidam deity in front of us. That Yidam deity and who meditate, who visualize Yidam Deity, that person hour is inseparable, same. So we have to understand that inseparability between the deity appearing and the one who is meditating on the deity. So then you really understand, become, we are Yidam Deity. Means this ordinary form is transformed to the Buddha's form. So otherwise, like you visualize the Yidam Deity in front of only, still our body speech is ordinary. So deity pride means our body speech mind is Buddha, not ordinary. Then which Buddha, which visualize you, which Yidam Deity practice, that Yidam Deity and our mind, body, speech is inseparable. So deity appearing, that's we have to understand, have to meditate. We are meditating on just as, okay, meditating on the deity. In this way, we are training ourselves to be inseparable with this sense of I am the deity. So I is transformed to I am the Yidam Deity. I am the Buddha. And this deity pride insulates us from any obstacles. So long as you practice, meditate, yourself is Yidam Deity, and then all the obstacle is removed. The obstacle or is you subdued. The obstacle cannot come into you because you are Yidam Deity. Yidam Deity is free from obstacles. So we think, or we always say like, I want free from obstacle. I want free from obstacle. You pray, but still obstacles are there. So now what we have to do is when you pray, practice that Yidam is bring to inseparable with you, then pray is or is obstacle is release. And different method, this one. See, Heart Sutra, when you chant Heart Sutra, also remove obstacle too. Heart Sutra say, no eye, no nose, right? No eye, no mouth, no arms, no legs, all the part of body is no exist. So then all the part of body is no exist, then obstacle cannot penetrate to you because you are no exist, you are emptiness. I and self means like you have object of obstacle. We create ourselves as object of obstacle. So chant the Heart Sutra, object of obstacles no exist. In this one, object of obstacles transform to Buddha. Buddha is, free from the obstacles. The obstacle cannot harm to subdued or obstacles. So when you meditate, use this practice, you chant prayer for others, then you can benefit for others. So otherwise, like we chanting prayer for others is like we have a good intention, some benefit, but not really say 100% truly benefit. If your practice really wanted to benefit others, you need this kind of like confident, self-confident, deity pride. Then long as you have that, your prayer practice is very powerful. Just it's come from same as like Buddha prayer practices. So that's I am the deity. Here is talking about the 100% best qualities. We don't have that. It's You know, you get this level and you can come, that means accomplishment. So who has these meditations levels? See, Marpa Lotsawa, he has this dirty pride, you know, accomplishment. When he bestow empowerment for Malarepa, he transformed to the Yadam deity's form body. He's just, you know, changed to exactly that Buddha's form body. So that also Malarepa, he can see that because he is also free from, you know, most obstacles, like subtle level obstacle, of course he has, but mostly negative is already purified. So that's reason he can see that. Marpa Lotsa, when he give empowerment teachings to Malarepa, so which empowerment Marpa Lotsa giving to Malarepa, Marpa Lotsa transform his form is that deity's form. So that is Malarepa is seeing, you know. The reason because Marpa Lotsa, he has already accomplishment that level. So that's why in here what we're sharing is not just only in the books. It's meditator practitioners' accomplishments at this level. So in this way, we are training ourselves to be inseparable with these saints of I am the deity. And this deity pride insulated us from any obstacles. In addiction, it has the benefit of destroying ordinary ego clinging. See, ordinary ego clinging is removing, transform. I mean, the transform to the positive. So destroy ordinary ego clinging. In fact, know that your own mind has always been the nature of the deity. So this meditation is not you create something you are not. You know, this meditation is like we create our own nature, discover our own nature. In fact, you know that your own mind has always been the nature of the deity. So we're discovering our own nature. Our own nature is always being the Yidam deity. It's always is our nature mind is Buddha. We're discovering this. We're not creating anything there. So if you don't have, I mean, your nature is not Yidam deity, then that meditation is incorrect. It's wrong meditation, 100% wrong. So it's never happening. This meditation is correct. Why is correct? Because our mind is always being the Buddha. And you use this method, discover our own nature, Buddha's mind. So if our mind is not Buddha, then you meditate, use this method, it's useless, no benefit. So your body is the mandala. So think about it. Usually we talk about this mandala is many people confused. And your body is Yidam deity, and I mean your mind is Yidam deity, and your body is mandala, called mandala. Your body is the mandala. Your speech has always been the nature of a mantra. Everything has always been pro-model in nature of a mandala of awakening ones. Everything has always been pro-model in nature of a mandala of awakening ones. Everything nature always is emptiness, no exist. That means everything is dharmakaya. We usually talk about all is phenomena is dharmakaya, because all the phenomena is emptiness. So that's the sutra tradition. Usually we say that way. Here, see, you know, everything all the phenomena, everything has always been pro-modally. The pro-modal means beginningless term. The nature of mandala is always emptiness, of waking ones. Then all sentient beings are beginningless term Buddha, not just when you meditate, you are become Buddha. Yeah. So you practice, you are become Buddha. That is our just percept. But truly, beginningless time we are Buddha. So think about the ice water. So ice, I mean the ice block is long time already there is water. So when your ice is merged to the water, then you create water. No, ice is already being the water in beginningless time. But due to the conditions, water is equal to the ice because cold conditions. Then you can be like eons, can be that water is ice. But that ice is always water, never lost the water's qualities. Doesn't matter like eons, 2 eons, how long water is being ice, but the ice is always water. So you create water is ice 1 day or 2 days or being eons. It's no difference. This ice is merged to the water, it's the same water again. Beginningless time. But we didn't recognize that because due to our contraction emotions, we are create ordinary beings. Same as the ice block is, the water is become ice block. So no, that's example, like exactly same thing, here, pro-modal nature of mandala awakening them one, it is only a matter of what is yours. Everything has always been pro-modal the nature of mandala awakening ones. Always been we are Buddha. Ice below is always being water. If 1 eon, 2 eon, doesn't matter how long. So it is only a matter of trapping into this inner truth and knowing it to be the case. That is what it is only a matter of tapping into this inner truth and knowing it to be the case. That is what deity practice is about. So Yudam deity practice is like we discovering what we have been on nature. It's using different method. That's what skillful method. It is not about trying to force something or imaging something to be the case when in fact it is not. So we're not trying to forcing something, if we are not Yadam deity, then we forcing to we have become Yadam deity. That is a fake, not wrong, not incorrect, right? So you are not police, you put the police cloth, but still you are not police, right? So like that. And this is truly we are Buddha. That's why your meditation is right, correct. It is not about trying to forcing something or imaging something. So usually people think, wow, this Buddhist Vajrayana meditator is crazy. See why they visualize this Yadam deity's practice, because their thing is they are not exist. So you imaging something, not exist some things like you imaging, but there is a misunderstanding. See, force something or imaging something to be the case when in fact it's not. It's not that. Last way we talked, like we know the goal is under the ground. So you know that you're digging, but you're digging earth, right? And you're going to discover gold. Because you know the gold is there. That's why you're digging. You dig and you get gold. Gold is exist there. If you know the gold is there, your all digging, hard work is useless. Your time, your spending, whatever you hard work is all is useless. Same thing, if you don't have this nature, true nature, Buddha nature, is deity's nature, then your all this practice is become useless. So there's all this realizers knows how to discover this nature. They use this method. They discover their own nature. They share for us how to do that. So then this teaching is come from realizer, means who has wisdom, who has compassion. They share for us. That's why it's called unmistaken teaching. If someone who don't have enough compassion, wisdom, sharing something could be mistake, So Buddha has wisdom, has compassion, has power, all these qualities. And then through that, his sharing teaching is unmistaken. So then when Buddha shared these teachings, after how many beings become enlightened, use this method. So they found this, special goal, treasure. So why we cannot find then? The other realizers follow the Buddha, they can find, or we also can find too, because same. So that's why this meditation is not just imaging something to be the case when in fact it is not. So that part is called the deity development, is a stable deity pride. Deity pride, we talked, is an antidote to actually directly to negative ego. Using opposite of the method. So usually we finding solution. Example, you have a ego, then what we do practice? Prostration, subdued our ego. So that is a very how to say the practice is correct, but comparing to this one is not that powerful. You have a dirty in your clothes, you using the hand washing, yeah, like that. It's in this one is powerful wash. It's different, using different method. So ego antidote ego. That's the Vajrayana method. It's different than Sutra method. Sutra method is more peacefully solving the problems. Kind of peacefully and nicely. But Vajrayana is wrathful, more wrathful. Directly, transforming. Okay, so now as we go to the third one. Third one is called the third element of deity development stage practice. It's known as recollect the purity. So third is to talk about recollection of purity. This refers to training in the dynamic energy of the play of appearances and emptiness, recognizing that the deity appear in form, body, display. So it's a recollection of purity. This refers to training in the dynamic energy of the play of appearances and emptiness, So that is known as Recollection of Purity. This refers to training in the dynamic energy of the play of appearances and emptiness. Yadam deity is like, the quality is effort to form body. The effort to form body, we have to understand the recollection of purity, the symbolized meanings. So dynamic energy of the play of appearances, emptiness, recognizing that the deity appear in form body display, but has never devoid from the nature of Dharmakaya. Yadam deity is, appear form body display, but has never devoided from the nature of Dharmakaya. Never devoid the nature of Dharmakaya. But its emanation, like kind of display form body, appear to others. So same is like right now we are in the zone. So you stay your room, you're never moved any place. Has never devoted from the nature of Dharmakaya. You never live from your room, but your form body appear to every country, long as who has this zone connections or this connection comes, this your form is everywhere is appear. So we have live streaming. How many people use seeing that? We seeing that too. So like that, Yadam deity, truly the Buddhas stay always in the nirvana, means like true in the nature. But due to the others karmic imprints or like connections, Buddhas appear to form for other beings. But Buddha is always in the Dharmakaya form there. No moved anything. Same is like we are here, we never go any place, but we are able to everywhere. So like that. So why is able to everywhere? Because they're using these all the conditions. All the condition comes, they can see us. If they don't have conditions, they cannot see even you doing everything like like that. Buddha is we can see or not. It's depending individual. So see, Buddha is actually never go any like place, but due to the individual connections appear to everywhere. So you look to sun, and the sun is like directly to come to you. Another person look to sun is directly to that person, right? Doesn't matter wherever you go, so you see the sun. So like that, and actually sun is not follow us because we perceive like that, we receiving like that. Due to the connections, then we connect with the Buddha and see the enlightened beings. Deity appear in form body display, but has never devoid from the nature of the Dharmakaya. Then they're able to form body is different ways able to form body, because due to Buddha has all these qualities benefit for others, different form body able to each sentient beings. Some need wrathful form is able to, some is peaceful form is able to, some magnetizing, these 4 different activity able to form bodies for the beings. Clinging to the appearances of an external world and its contents as being rare and inherently existing is what is known as clinging to the rareness or self-nature of phenomena. So now this meditation is antidote to clinging to all this phenomena, clinging to the appearance of an external world. Because you, Buddha is apart to your form body, and visualize that, you recognize recollection of purity. Everything is pure. You recognize everything is pure. So that is an antidote to this external world. It contains as being rare and inherently existing. So usually we think all this world or phenomena is exist, truly exist. That kind of perception we have. But use this method, and appearance of external world and its contents as being rare and inherently existing is what is known as clinging to the rareness. So we think we all this external world is exist. That's why we are clinging to their fixation, attachment to the world, to the rareness or self nature of phenomena. Then using this recalling the purity is taught us in antidote to grasping at the self nature of phenomena. The self-appearing mandala of pro-modern knowing is beyond any conceptual limitation of face and hands, color, shape, and the rest. So truly, all this Buddha's form, face, kind of like different form, colors, no exist. Recalling purity is taught us in antidote to grasping into the seven nature of phenomena. The self-appearing mandala of pro-modern knowing is beyond any concept, limits, limitation of face and hand, color, shape, and the rest. However, but why then this Buddha's appear to different form, colors? However, the Buddha's awakening qualities, such as the 37 attributes of enlightenment. So these are the different quality appear to different kind of ornament form bodies. Yesterday we talked, like peaceful or Yadam deity is showing the symbol is quality, the realization. And wrath for Yadam deity or is like subdued negatively. That's why here see the self-appearance mandala of pro-modern knowing is beyond conceptual limitation of face and hands, color, shape, and the rest. Truly, there no exist, but however, the Buddha awakening qualities such as the 37 attributes of enlightenment and so forth arise to the perception of beings symbolically as the immeasurable deity palace and the deity with a specific face and hands and multiple different attributes. So that's why we have all these different kind of form bodies, Yadam deity. So why we have this all the different Yadam deities form body? Because see this reason. Yadam deity has different qualities, all the enlightening quality showing symbols, introducing that quality apart to the form body. So Chinreze apart to four arms. That means like say four measurable is essence of a Buddha, forearm, which fulfilling giver is the same as our bodhicitta. So then Buddhas how to benefit others. Lotus flower, born to samsara, reborn to samsara manifestation, benefit others, liberating mala. Mala is liberating other beings. So like that, all this quality is apart to form body. Showing the form body shows qualities, symbolize meanings. Recollection of purity means like author symbol like showing true nature, quality. So then showing is different. Like see, Chinreze form is peaceful, is showing good qualities. Yeah, Buddha's enlightening qualities. Then Varja Yogini, like wrathful deities, many like that, is showing is negativity, purifying. So why is Varja Yogini standing the corpse? So subdued, see, four maras, right? Maras, subduing. And why is naked? No thoughts, free from thoughts. And why is bone ornaments? Free from conceptual. So free from dualistic. Why the pig heads? Because free from ignorant, free from emotions, free from dualistic, and dualistic thoughts like that. That's all showing is free from this different kind of emotion, representative effort to form body. That's why wrath for Yadam form is not, great or nice to for ordinary beings, because showing is opposite of the nice, our percept. So someone is no clothes, is we say crazy, lose consciousness, right? It's Vajra Yogini don't have this thought. Oh, I put clothes, I'm good. If I don't put clothes, it's like I'm bad. People think I'm good or bad. So that kind of free from that thought. So that's why its form is equal to naked. And to go knife, is why is to go knife is no emotions, cutting the thoughts, emotions. So usually someone have a to go knife holding in the hand and the skull cup holding in the left hand, then people think it's a killer, right? So it's not for nice persons for ordinary beings, but it's recollection of purity, showing true. The Qigong knife cut already emotions. And the skull cup is no dualistic, no conceptual. Everything is pure. Nothing is impure there. So that's a symbolized meanings. It should talk about the recollection of purity. Then why is wrath for deities? Because it's so anger, right? People say, why Buddhists have, why is anger? So I thought Buddhist is peaceful. Many people say that. So say Buddhist is free from anger. That's why it's wrath for deities. Then some people say, oh, Buddhist, we thought it's peace. Okay, Log Chinese form, it's Tara form, it's peace, right? This quality where it's peace showing. But abandon negativity, because why is no peace? Anger, right? If you don't destroy anger, you never ever going to get peace. So this wrath for deity, anger, like form body, wrath for means like destroy anger already. The true, happy and joy discovered. That's why showing form is form body is anger, like wrathful. Then Yadam deity like Buddhist Vajrayana, like Yab and Yom and Union. So then they say, oh, what Buddhists are thought we cannot have, wife and husband and must be monk and nun. Why is this? The people think. So that's also misunderstand. Actually, truly that Yab and Yom means you free from attachment. Attachment is gone, no more exist attachment. Then why is union? It means like, method and wisdom is inseparable. If you are free from attachment, you need method, you need wisdom. Otherwise, we cannot free from attachment. So we have anger, we have to practice method and wisdom free from anger. So that's why all this Yab and the Yom wrath for deities, effort to form body means showing the absolute truth, realization. Showing the realization, abandon already, purifying all these emotions, free from emotions. So that's all is called recollection of purity, very important. If someone who don't know recollection of purity, you cannot share Vajrayana teaching. Means like Vajrayana teaching, you know, called the secret mantrayana. Why is it called secret mantrayana? Secret mantrayana is auto level secret mantrayana is this auto level symbols cannot share for publicly. This auto level like many different ritual object. Because they don't understand meaning, it's called misunderstand. That's why we don't really put the tankas like, you know, Wrath, Force, Yam and Yom is different kind of form body in the public, you know, center in the temple. So that all is object is like your individual, you know, practice. You can put in your room and your sacred shrine room using this object. Otherwise, the people get misunderstand. So first, you're going to use that object. At least you have to understand this recollection of purity. If you don't understand recollection of purity, then you get misunderstand using wrong way. So, you know, like Wrath for that, they use for some people say, I use this practice, like it's all we get really power. And we get power and we can, you know, do something for others. So that kind of, you know, intention. And so no using this practice is a right direction, then it's called, it's like, or to say the secret things is you using wrong direction is a very dangerous. That's why peace for Yadam deity is same as water. You can drink water everyone's suitable. So Wrath for Yadam deity is the same as like alcohol. Not use suit for everyone. So someone drink alcohol and great, but not for everyone. So dependent right there. So someone drink is crazy, become it's affected life and destroy own life. So like that, it's not suitable for someone, but someone is use that method is great. So that's why I think about it. We have like water, tea, many different kind of teas. Then go to the, you know, alcohol. It's so many different levels. So like that, this Yadam deities, peaceful, magnetizing, you know, increasing, and wrathful deities. Different activities benefit for others. So peaceful is actually kind of more suitable for everyone. Peaceful. Same as water. Yeah. And then tea is the same as increasing deities. Coffee is the same as the magnetizing deities. Alcohol is the same as the wrathful deities. So then each one has many different there, right? Tea is not only one tea, many different kind of teas. So generally like that, you have to understand these different deities. So then there's different ways benefit for others. So Wrath for Yadam deity is symbolized, is more powerful, but many people cannot get that. I mean the understanding, you know, they cannot really use correctly. Many if you don't have that capacity levels. So you more practice Yadam deity, then you recognize like more this peaceful is comparing to increasing is more power. Increasing is comparing to magnetizing is more power. Magnetizing deity is comparing to wrathful is more powerful. So like that, more benefit, like more, remove negative fast. We also have like different clean things, right? You have like very something object of dirty, so you can use many different ways clean. The object is soft, cloth, water, and then the little bit more strong and more strong and more strong. It's very strong, powerful. It's powerful wash. It's the same as this deity, like for wrath for Yidam deities. So the self-appearance mandala of pro-modern knowing is beyond any conceptual limitation of face and hands, color, shape, and the rest. However, the Buddha's awakening qualities, such as the 37 attributes of enlightenment. 37 these attributes of enlightenment, or is peaceful Yidam deities, and so forth, arise to perception of being symbolically as the immeasurable deity palace and the deity with a peace specific face and hands and multiple different attributes. These are the symbols pointing to the absolute nature. So you look to the tankas and statues, they're always pointing something, they're showing true nature. Especially this wrathful has more strong. I mean, the more meaning. Following are some examples of how the purity of the deity appearance works. A deity with one face represents all phenomena as one test in the nature of suchness. So the mostly Yidam deities has only one face. So look, the Tara has one face, Medicine Buddha has one face, Chinreze has one face, Achi has one face, Zabala, this all one face is more peaceful deities. One face is representative is example of so phenomena as one test in the nature of suchness. So that means like only one nature. They don't have different Buddha has different natures. So only one nature. All sentient beings have one nature, not separate natures. So see, all the ice is become merged to the water. It's some is going to merge to the like ice is going to become rocks. No, right? It's all ice is going to the water. So what doesn't matter which kind of forms, shapes, like how long bend the ice. It's if long as they murder the ice, is go to the water. It's only one water. So like that. It's only one nature. One test in the nature of suchness. One suchness nature. They don't have two different kind of suchness nature. So that's why I say Dzogchen, Mahamudra, Mayamika, all this highest level teaching don't have a different nature, suchness nature there. It's only talking about one nature. Someone is realized through Mahamudra, someone practice Dzogchen, realize, someone use Mayamika teaching, realize, it's same realize, no difference. So your ice is like you put in the heat and stove melt, or you put in the sun and melt, or using something different. It's ice is merged to the water. It's always the same water. So you don't have like ice is merged to the, this is sun merged to the water. It's different than ice is merged by the heat, right? It's stove, or you put in the stove fire. It's become, doesn't matter which way you become, ice is merged into the water. It's the same water. So that's why all this practice, that don't take you to different directions. It's become all taking you to the one destination, same destination. Nature of suchness. A deity with the three faces represented the three kayas. So some has three faces. We chant the morning. I think this Panashavara has three faces. So that's kind of like many deity has three faces. It's talk about the three kayas, Dharmakaya, Nirmanakaya, Sambhonakaya. 4 arms represented the 4 measurables. So generally has 4 arms, these are 4 measurables. 6 arms represented the 6 perfections. And Yamitaka, also some Mahakala has 4 arms. So there's 4 arms, Yidam deity represented with 6 perfections. 6 perfections. 4 legs represented the 4 ways of gathering disciples. So 4 legs is some deity has 4 legs. I think Varyakalaya and like that 4 legs. Sometimes you have yom together and then of course like 2 each 4 legs comes. So that is gathering disciples. And this gathering disciple is more detail is in the essence of Mahayana. Last year I shared essence of Mahayana teaching. So they talk about all these details. What means for gathering disciples. 2 legs represents the ethical discipline and samadhi. A deity seated in a cross-leg posture represented the equal nature of samsara and nirvana. So samsara and nirvana is become inseparable. For us, samsara is samsara, nirvana is nirvana. You know, because for us, we have a samsara, we are suffering. We want to free from samsara, we have nirvana. We have suffering, we have happy, right? We have a night, we have a day. So we have a birth, we have a death. So long as you are become Buddha, death, you are free from birth. So that means like samsara and nirvana is inseparable. For Sara and nirvana, 3 eyes represented seeing the three terms simultaneously. So Achi's form has 3 eyes, and all this Buddha has 3 eyes. So that means like past, present, and the future, seeing 3 times. Seeing 3 times simultaneously. Also seeing, absolute truth and seeing relative truth. The relative truth is like past life, present life, future life, karma, cause, effect, everything clearly seeing. 4 things represented the cutting the root of the modes of taking rebirth in samsara. 4 things is a more wrathful deity or showing the 4 things. So that's cutting the root of the modes of taking rebirth in samsara. Male and female deities in no-door union represented the union of skillful means and wisdom. Skillful means and wisdom. So that's also follow the outer level union, or inner level union, secret level union. It's different levels. Have in the teaching follows. Or the freedom from ordinary attachment. When the deity appeared naked, this represented being unclothed by the coverings of concepts and free from conceptual thoughts. Deity with the white color bodies represented being unsullied by the stands of defilement, free from all the emotions. And they point to the nature of mirror-like wisdom. And they're pointing to the nature of mirror-like wisdom. So that is a Yidam deity for white color. The color yellow represented the increase and enrichment of awakening qualities and the wisdom of equanimity. The color red represented the passionate, right? Or passionate energy of compassion for all beings and the wisdom of discernment. The color green represented the unobstructed accomplishment of enlightening activity and the all-accomplishing wisdom. The color black represented the unchanging Dharma and the wisdom of basic space. I think that section is very important. If you get into your mind. Usually we always confuse that section. So I also have to memorize that section. It's really good. So we usually talk about the 5 different wisdoms. Also, they're sharing the representatives. And the talk about the 5 different colors. Actually, all the wisdom is one wisdom. Then we create a 5 because we talk about the 5 afflictive emotion. This 5 afflictive emotion purifying is arise these 5 wisdoms. And then this 5 Buddha also associated with like different colors like emotion. You know, it's elements. And all this auto level elements like associated many things like Vajrayana. We talk about the inner level, the body, you know, element. So this right now here sharing is just most important essence. This color symbolize meaning is wisdoms. So this each color also symbolize different emotions too. And this each color is symbolize our 5 aggregates and 5 afflictive emotions, 5 elements. So this all is associated, it's become impure elements, impure aggregates, emotion, they all transform to become Buddha. And 5 wisdoms, 5 Buddhas, 5 female Buddhas, like that. So there is lots of details, but here is really beautiful, you know, in the main point, this associated with the different colors with Buddhas. Thank you very much. So we can leave it there today.
Could I ask a question?
First, we do the prayer dedication, then you can question. Wange shore mo, wange shore mo, wange shore mo, wange shore mo. Dorjen chang te loba, naroba, marba, malareba, dharma lord gamboba, Pamotroba and Lord Digomba, please bestow upon us most auspicious bless of all the Kaju Lamas. But this virtue may achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies' confusion. May all who travels on the ways of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where this humble may say rise, where this bomb may not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray that Lama may have a good health. I pray that Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities suffer far and wide. I pray that I may not be suffering from you. As Majorshiri Vero realized the ultimate state, and as did Samantha Bada, declared all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of Buddhas who attain the Tirikayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By this virtue collected in 3 times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teachings of Great Digompa Ranashiri, whose omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay, so now we Okay, you can share the, you have questions. You can ask questions.
I was wondering, Kempo, is there any chance of seeing deities on tankas or posters with either Central American physical attributes or European physical attributes in the future?
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So he wants to know if there will ever be a tanka that has like a
That has
Western face and
Western
Western
face,
dress.
Western clothes,
Oh.
Western symbols.
Oh,
Or South America.
oh, so we have to ask Buddha. That's it's hard to give you answer that. And one of the Tibetan master, his name is Ganden Chimper. He saying, you know, like this, the Sambhona Kaya form is, you know, followed by lots of cultures. Because during the India time, it's the ornament and this representation, or this is for the thing is like, you know, God's special something so important for them. So that's why they use all this create. He said if Buddha is going to in China, then it's totally different ornaments come. He said Buddha was born in Tibet, so this ornament also this could be different, cannot be same like this. So all is like kind of no, we have is kind more Indian tradition. So that's he said that I don't know, it's like little bit change, you know. First is you see the Buddha has created in China, Thailand, India, Tibet, or a little bit different. Just each country, you know, create like best, which way is like looking great one for the effort with their mind. So they create like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, any question?
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit about benefits of chanting mantra either silently, out loud, or whispering, like when you're doing a mantra accumulation or doing it with yidam practice? What are the benefits of either saying it out loud or quietly or just mentally?
Oh. You have a feeling something negative, and then chant loudly is better. And also you think some obstacles there, and then you free from that, is chant loudly is better. And you want to become your mind very calm and peaceful, then silent, you know, mentally chanting is good. It's always dependent. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Rinpoche, I have a question.
Yes.
I wish to become Buddha in the female form. So is Tara also a Dakini? So for me, which female Buddha I can be? Tara, Achi Dolma, Yoshe Tsoigel, who I am, who I want to be,
All
or
of
what's
them,
the best?
all of them. You are all of them.
So do I visualize Tara? I am Tara? Or
Yes.
Achi Dolma?
Yeah.
Or Yeshe Tsoigel? Or Samantha Badri? I am Samantha Badri?
Yes. Yes, you have your nature mind is emptiness. That means Samantha body.
Okay, Doji-je.
You're welcome.
Kambola,
Yes.
Kambola, I have a question.
Uh,
If I don't feel strong connection with any deity, like Archie or whatever, but I have such strong connection with Guru, like Gachin Rinpoche, I really have strong connection. So can I just take Gachin Rinpoche as a deity and then just chant with him and visualize myself as Gachin Rinpoche and his compassion and his love and everything? Because I feel very connected when I visualize myself as him.
Yeah,
Is it okay?
That's good. Yeah, of course, okay. So usually meditate the who has connect with the Guru, then form is Yadam deity essence of Ru Guru.
Okay.
So you can visualize the Chenrezek, then its essence is Ru Guru. It's then Chenrezek has a compassion, right?
But do I have to get Chenense with involved? If I just have Gachin Rinpoche, isn't it much more simpler than to have all these deity coming together? And I thought that Gachin Rinpoche is already good enough. I don't need any other thing. Is it okay?
So you have to visualize, the Yadam deity means like essence of Guru, but the form is Yadam. It's that.
So I visualize
your Guru is like you thinking about human being, right? Or human being. So he has a good compassion. He is great, but still he is a human being form body. So you have to visualize the Chenrezek, and then it's essence of that is essence of a Guru.
How about
Guru
if I visualize?
Yadam deity.
How about if I already believe that Gachin Rinpoche is the Buddha? He's not the only human. He's the Buddha. And
the Buddha that only change the form body.
But the Buddha's form body is in manifestation in the human life form, so it's okay as a human, isn't it?
It's okay, but it's you visualize, as usually the form is Yadam essence of a Guru. So someone has to connect with the Guru. Your form is the Guru is the same as the Buddha.
Okay.
Then you really become more strong connection.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can do, Lame. You
Yeah,
can.
I can do it. I know.
Yes.
Yesterday,
Yes.
I just dig up Gachin Rinpoche's photo, and we were taking photo and hugging and everything. And he was hugging my brother and my sister, and he was half naked because it was so hot in Taiwan. So it's like we are all hugging and so happy. And I just feel that he was the Buddha. He's the Buddha. He is the Buddha. And if I visualize him, that I am him and I am happy and I'm all this, it's just so wonderful.
Okay. Great, Lame.
Okay, thank you.
Tempo, Melissa
Thank
has her
you.
hand raised.
And
Melissa
Kempala?
has her hand raised.
Melissa.
Kempala, just a quick question. Thank you for this transmission. It's really wonderful. You said that visualizing a wrathful deity is antidote for anger. Visualizing Yabyum is antidote for desire. What visualization is the antidote for ignorance, pride, and envy?
Oh, antidote. You can visualize this animal heads. Many Yadam deity has animal heads.
Yeah. Is
Yes.
that the antidote for what?
That
For
is
ignorance?
antidote.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you practice, you really don't think that way. It's like, oh, this I'm going to practice. This animal has go to animal.
Right.
That's a symbolized meaning. The main point, the symbolized meaning.
Right.
Mm,
Thank you. Cha-cha-cha.
you're welcome. Okay, so thanks everyone, and have a good day. If you wanted to join the POA transformation, it's another 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I think, 40 minutes after. Okay, you can take break. Thanks.
What time? I'll leave the Zoom room open and it'll start at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is 11 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
11 p.m. or a.m.
11 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It's in about 50 minutes. So, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll take a break. So I'll just leave the Zoom room open for those who want to stay, and then we can just take a break. So it'll be easy, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you, Davila.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank
Kempo.
you.
Thank you, Kempo. Thank you, Devi.
Kempo. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Kempola.
everyone. Thank you,
Thank you,
Kempo.
Debbie.
Thanks, and thanks to Zoom team. Yay, Raul and Michelle are there on the ground running.
Thank you, everyone.
You.
Thank you.